What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to A Certain Point of View, a very quirky edition of A Certain Point of View today. As you can tell, we have a special guest with us here today, as it is Brian and I holding the ship down today. Molly and Bill are both out.
Boys night out!
Yeah, seriously.
And in stepping in for them is one jackal himself, Jesse Swift. What is up, my dude?
You know, I've been called a jackhole my entire life, and I'm glad that Christian finally made it canon. Oh, jackal.
It works. It works. Yeah, dude. Thank you for stepping in last minute and hanging out with us for a bit. Reacting to a match. So
just works always whipping that ass, you know.
I know it worked out today, which is a lot of fun, and we're excited to watch David Del Rio and Frank Moran. First time we've seen both of them in quite a while. But before we get to that, Brian, how you doing today, man? It's a Thursday. I know you're headed home this weekend. How you doing?
I am just chilling, watching movies. Watched a movie that I don't remember being as literal bad as it was.
Which one?
Did it have giant metallic balls in it?
Oh.
It did have giant metallic balls in it, and I
know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think everyone should.
It's one of those things that's like, if you know.
I want that to be a Schmoedown question so bad.
I that movie is so bad it's offensive. Like,
oh yeah,
how bad that movie is.
We're just gonna keep it vague, but I'll say, like, if you thought the racist stereotypes in the first one were bad, woof.
Yeah, that was something.
We're talking about Star Wars, right?
Oh
yep,
yeah,
Star Wars.
Okay, perfect.
But yeah, just been enjoying my.
Well, you can't because I have. I'm wearing it.
But yeah, just been chilling, watching some flicks, and
what you should be watching is Flick in Real.
I do watch it. In fact, I was on it last weekend.
That's true. And we'll get you on again.
Yeah. So Jake's up next.
That's true.
When I have time, unfortunately, my weekends are. It's insane. It's insane. Jesse, how you doing, man? I mean, look, you're busy. You're busy with work. You're busy with Schmoedown. We saw that your match is upcoming, so I'm sure you're crazy busy with studying. So thank you for taking the time. But how you doing, man? How's everything on your end?
Super great, man. I'm moving out at the end of the month. I can say that now because it's July. So getting a new place, that's exciting. And then you add another couple months onto that, and I'm getting married. So big stuff.
Oh my goodness.
Got a match coming up. There's the possibility of, crossing my fingers. There's some kind of inner geekdom tournament coming up. Maybe something comes of that. I'll keep bribing coy and see what comes of it. But a lot of fun. Been watching movies. Been playing Diablo with this fool up here. Diablo 3. Having a good time with that. And, watching also bad movies. Because, when you're studying, for the most part, that's what you got to do is watch the bad movies. Because the great movies,
my God. He showed me, like, clips of Howard the Duck.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it technically wasn't me.
Okay, it wasn't you.
Matt.
It was Matt. But
it's bad.
I don't want to take responsibility for that.
It's bad. It's very bad.
I could not believe it. I've never seen it, and I don't think I ever could after seeing what I saw.
Well, I can't say that I never could, because then that would be that would look like a weakness. So he's from Cleveland, everybody.
Yeah. That was wild. Absolutely wild. And I just saw 2 little clips of it. So,
well, someone needs to take the initiative and ask Jake, how you been doing?
Thank you. How come it's our guests that ask me how I'm doing? None of Brian, Molly, Jill, nobody.
I ask you all the time.
No, you do not. Jesse, I am doing great today.
Awesome.
It's work has been kicking my butt lately. I will be honest. Today was a very, very long day. And I have a very long weekend of doing things. Gabby is in a wedding this weekend. And so we're dealing with rehearsal dinners tomorrow and the wedding on Saturday. And then hopefully get to spend a little time doing 4th of July stuff. And so, but I'm doing good. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Weddings. What a pain in the ass, am I right?
But yes, so today we are here for David Del Rio and Frank Moran, the newly dungeon crowned David Del Rio, who was recently dropped from the den and picked up by the dungeon, going up against Swag's Frank Moran. We haven't seen either of these guys in a while, so let's make quick predictions here. Brian, I'll start with you. What are you thinking of this one, man?
Honestly, I don't remember the last time Frank Moran played, and I feel bad because I know he's been around for a while, but I do remember David Del Rio playing, and I was impressed. So I'm going to go with him on this one, and I also
Frank Moran played James White last year in the tournament.
Right, in the play-ins, in James 1.
Yep.
But yeah, I do
James
remember
Wan because he directed Aquaman. That's a fun fact.
Oh, look at this flex.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm gonna go with David on this one.
Okay, Jesse, any thoughts?
So these two competitors are not two that I've been overly well versed in because I used to watch Schmoedown a little more sporadically. I'd click on the matches that were interesting me, so I was kind of like, here that a lot of Intergeekdom. There's a lot of Intergeekdom matches I watched.
That's fair.
Singles ones usually made me feel bad about myself, so I hadn't watched as many of them, but I definitely watched the big ones. I saw Dan Merle and stuff. So this one's going to boil down to, for me, factions. And Winston's one of my favorite personalities in the entirety of the Schmoedown. I also love Kaiser. Here's the thing. The dungeon could stand to lose some matches and some points. So, being that I would like the Quirky Mercs to be number one, that means getting who is in number one, like docked down a couple pegs and like having some people lose some points so that we can find our way up there. So, swag winning helps us. So, swag it is, which is
That's fair. Frank Moran.
That's Frank Moran. I know. I'm paying attention, guys. I'm paying attention.
I think it's gonna be a fun matchup. I think these two guys are both well versed. I think they're very well matched. Like Brian said, Del Rio played incredible against Chance Ellison last year. Almost beat him. Took him to some questions near the end. And Frank Moran played very well against James White as well. A great matchup between the two of them. But I am going to give the edge to Del Rio. I think that he is actually kind of like a little bit of a snake in the grass in the sense of I think his knowledge isn't as known as he probably wants people to know. I think he's a lot better movie trivia than we have been led on to believe because we just haven't seen him much. We have not seen him much. And so I will give – and plus he's got to play with a chip on his shoulder, right? He just got dropped and picked up, one of the few players in the Schmoedown that happened to. And so I think there might be a little bit of a chip. So I'll go Del Rio, making a 2-1 Del Rio win here. But I think Jesse's pick is
I
thought for a second there that you were actually going to pick Frank because of his explanation, the fact that you are a Quirky Merc shill.
I get it. I am a Quirky Merc shill, and I'm happy to admit it.
Well, we have 2 or technically 3 of the belts on our team, so you're making smart choices, and then soon enough, it'll be another one once I go and get that IG belt. So we'll have IG, Star Wars, and the team's belt. Singles, Kevin Smith could surprise us. He's on a winning streak.
And I got Kevin Smith on my fantasy team, so let's go.
There you go.
Let's go.
Right. Who has Jesse? Go ahead. You can start it.
I have Jesse.
Oh, damn it.
Hey, listen. I just want to put this out into the atmosphere. I'm very excited to do a singles play along because somebody lasted more rounds than at least 4 IG competitors in the free-for-all. Just saying.
Fair. This one will be
maybe
fun.
Maybe one of those questions had the answer in the question, and I got it. The rookie, what's up?
That is fair. All right, Leo says there's a cutscene at the beginning, so let's check it out, and then we'll go ahead and get going on this bad boy. So let's see what we got here.
Movie trivia Schmoedown universe.
Oh, maybe I guess that's a cutscene.
So
Thanks, Leo.
Excited. Now
let's see.
Are playing for. Hell, I want to see him play. We're going to be competing. Put on the shirt. Put on the hoodie. Put on the hat, and let us know. Take some pictures.
Hey, those guys are pretty good.
Oh, what
Kaiser
is this?
corner.
Kaiser corner.
Oh no.
What is this?
Well, today is officially the first episode of Kaiser's Corner.
Oh my
I
god.
mean, if these dicky doos aren't going to give old Trash Mouth his own show, I figured I'd invent one. I mean, it is the digital age after all. Now, my first guest on Kaiser's Corner is a future superstar of this league. You see, what I do is I spot talent, and then I turn them into legends. And people are mostly dumb in this world. And when they're dumb, I capitalize. And nothing is more true to that statement as I reintroduce a real diamond in the rough to the movie trivia Schmoedown.
I see what you did there, Kaiser.
Welcome,
See what you did there.
Mr. David Del Rio.
Oh, I like that. I like that, Mr. David Del Rio. Thank you, Kaiser. Pleasure to be here with you in the dungeon.
Hey, the pleasure's all mine. So, Diamond Dave, as I said earlier, most people are stupid. Then let you go in free agency. How do you feel about that?
Gotta say, relieved. My talents were being wasted over there, and I knew the calling was elsewhere, and boy, am I so glad that you answered that call.
You could say that again. I mean, with the amount of ham and eggers that Kate has over there in that faction, she should open a Waffle House, not a trivia camp. All right, so today you get to embarrass Swag, which isn't very difficult. And your first opponent since joining the dungeon
Professor
is
Kaiser
somebody
coming
named
I love Professor Kaiser.
Moran. Did I get that right?
I thought I was going to
Who is
say
this
moron, but that's
Why do they have such a terrible nickname? And what do you plan to do to them today?
Is his actual nickname Moo Moo?
I don't know.
I'm going to be planning on Foo fighting him today. Look, I'm going to do my talking, answering questions, okay? So the fans know what I can do. You know what I can do. And I'm going to show Swag.
It's Bam
today
Bam Moran.
What Diamond
Okay, that's
can
right.
do.
That's right.
I love it. And
Bam
I
Bam
couldn't have
like
said
the
it better
Flintstones?
myself.
Yep.
Yeah, I
So,
think so.
What have we all learned here today on Kaiser's Corner? Well, number one, most people are idiots unless they're named Kaiser. And number two, now I
He
got my own
didn't count
show.
out Del Rito.
So sign the check.
Yeah, I was going to
Karloff.
say, he just called Del Rio an idiot. Oh my
Gee,
god.
You know what I just thought of? You are... God, this is loud. Unless it's my headphone. You are rooting for Jill to get
Hello,
fantasy
everyone,
points
and welcome
because
back
Del Rio-
to
no!
Trivia
That's okay.
Schmoedown. I'm
Go
just
Del
Mark
Rio.
Baby Carrots Ellis. What I want
I'm not
isn't
gonna
important. Who
switch
I
my
am,
pick
of
like
course
Chuck
not.
did.
But the gentleman I am
freaking
calling
chill.
this match with, that is the one and only. Some
Brad
call him
Gilmore
the
getting more
GOAT,
time on the desk. I like
Brad
it.
Gilmore on loan from the FCL.
All
Brad,
right, let's
first
see what we
of all,
got here.
And sudden death
have to keep
out and we will see if they can hold on to that.
I feel like we're scratching the Schmoedown record.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So what, Chuck? I'm a chill. So what?
I'm not a shill at all. I'm completely
Frank
open-minded.
Janish, David Del Rio, another well-dressed competitor.
I mean, look, we're watching this match, and I'm not voting for a Merc, right? So that means I'm open-minded.
I mean, David Del Rio's had really solid showings.
He's very invested in the Schmoedown.
Why
He's
does he
not
look
one
like
of those
James
players
Potter?
like,
And
"I
oh,
don't know
well,
the
not that
rules,
one.
I'm not really
He
sure.
looks like somebody from the
He's an
Creep
invested
music
player.
video.
We've seen him win
In
matches
Lonely
in the
Island.
past. We've seen him play exceptionally well in his losses.
He had one match last year in the tournament and took chance into overtime.
Yeah.
Like, he's a good player.
Thanks, Kate O'Sullivan, for dropping Diamond David Del Rio.
Wait, was that a Tom Hanks shirt that said thanks?
Yeah, I think so.
That's
and a real manager.
money.
Someone who can help him realize his full potential in the Schmoedown.
That's a player who
Freaking
win
feral
or lose
unfiction.
against
Get that
Frank
trending.
Moran is
Trying to make that happen.
Very good at Schmoedown.
Frank
Ooh.
Bam Bam Moran. When you go back to see what Frank did in his one teams match that he had, and then in the free for all a couple seasons
His
back,
handwriting's
the
worse
guy
than
was
mine.
playing lights out. He stayed on the table longer than a lot, and I
I
couldn't
mean,
believe
you
I
got
couldn't
this,
believe
buddy.
He wasn't drafted.
Frank played an incredible match,
didn't
man.
you
Like
pick
he
him?
was stealing points and blowing through stuff and didn't feel me faltering at all.
We're gonna see him back. There's no doubt about it from the way he performed here today.
I was tasting a chance of to see what Schmoedown victory would be like, and James came in and just clutched it out at the end.
Listen, if I'm going to play and I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose by one. That I can promise.
He's coming to take out people, starting with you, Frank Moran.
You know, there's so much movie I need to see that stars Hulk Hogan. I don't know, playing
he looks like
shit
Gates from Luke Cage.
Or an opportunity, but I take it as an opportunity. I can guarantee that I'm going to give anybody watching a show, and I'm ready to play to win.
I forgot he was a rock star last year.
Trip, better get your pipes clean, pal.
I forgot he was a rock star.
Wow, he had like 7 different looks in that.
Yeah.
All very classy.
Interesting journey for both these gentlemen, Bam Bam and Diamond.
Brian Ward
David Del
apparently made
Rio,
a
nickname I will never
a
get
Kaiser's
tired of
Corner
jumping
logo, and it
to
didn't
say.
get in there.
And so they're ready to go. They're locked and loaded, and their managers.
Bummer. I'm interested in seeing what that looks
Winston
like.
Marshall, you're never going to get a shortage of nouns and verbs.
Peggy
from
stepping in
those
for the
two
ex-Den member. Grr.
Absolutely not. And you never know exactly what either one of them are going to say or how they're
And
going
Chuck,
to
I
act,
agree,
what they're gonna
Seven
be wearing,
Psychopaths
or
does
what
not
accent they're
get
going to
enough
be
love.
having
That
this
movie
on
is
any particular day.
amazing.
I will say these two, much like all managers,
Let's get to the intros.
Dinosaurs, I guess.
Get to this bad boy match.
wins
Here.
and 1 defeat. Ladies and gentlemen, make some room for Frank Bam Bam Moran.
There is Bam Bam. He's got the hands of stone locked and
Change
ready
it to
to
Bam
go.
Bam Drip Drip.
Bam Bam. We mentioned up top, tough L for
God,
your
his
debut
room is
Schmoedown
like
match
a
to
comic book
James
shop,
Jet
and
White. He gave him
I'm
all he
obsessed
wanted
with
here
it.
today. So now,
I
how
only
do you
have that
approach
stack over in
this
the corner.
match?
It's
What's
not
going to
that
get you
much fun.
over the top and
I
get that
know.
first W against Diamond Dave?
Yeah, it's one of those things that I mean, they said it best in the song. You get knocked down, you get back up again. So they're never going to bring me down. So just Chumbawamba is my guiding light for this.
Gonna say MMA and Chumbawamba references so far, Brad.
I mean, we're really killing it so far in the early goings today. But Frank, you have
Brad
you
has
have
no
somebody,
idea what
in
Chumbawamba
your
is. I'm
corner,
calling
like
it
your
right now.
manager, the man himself,
I
Winston
totally do.
Marshall. What has he been doing to make sure to guide you to this first victory? Have y'all had a lot of study sessions? Is it more he's a spiritual advisor for you at this point? What is
He
what's
does
his
have
influence
really
been?
high ceilings.
Well,
Brian Ward,
it's
it looks
not
like it just goes
it's not
forever.
Just Schmoedown. I mean, it is just life in general. He's not just
Compared to that door, yes,
spiritual
you are
advisor.
correct.
He's a Renaissance man.
It looks like
I mean, look-
he and the faction.
Yeah.
Look at
have
that
been
poster in the top
fantastic
left
and,
corner.
not
It's
just
like
helping me train for this, but
It's
just
the
out of,
opposite of a Hobbit home.
proper table manners. How to hit that heavy bag. How to make sure I'm.
It's like the
hydrated
Alice in
properly. They
Wonderland
help me in
where the
all
door is
aspects.
super small.
yeah.
The walls
Yeah.
are
Agree
really
with that.
long.
Winston Marshall, the hitch to my whoever Kevin James played in that movie. So now it's time to meet Bam Bam's opponent.
And his
Well,
representing the dungeon with a record of 1 win and 3
it's just hard not to
defeats.
say every time you hear
This
this.
is Diamond David Del Rio.
Don't.
Okay. No, starting to get the.
I'm trying my entrances, but yeah, that'll do for now.
You are a method performer at heart, sir. So it's been a minute since we've seen you, and we brought up your very tough sudden death loss to
I can only
Chance
imagine,
Ellison.
Jesse,
So,
what you would want to
Diamond,
do
how
for
did you
an
rebound
entrance.
from that and prepare
Oh
for
my
this
gosh.
match? Was that something that you
World's
had to
not ready for,
emotionally build
me to be in a
yourself
live
back up
match.
from, or did you leave that match saying, "Hey,
I believe
just
it.
gave one of the best"?
Do you already have
ever played
ideas?
Game, all he could handle. I'm ready for anyone in this.
Only lose things.
Well, first of
but,
all,
like,
great to
believe
see you,
I would lean on
Mark.
Bibbs.
I've been waiting to.
Yeah, I was gonna say you only have
very
Bibbs
true.
And you,
Yeah.
and also Brad. Pleasure
Champion
to
of
meet you.
entrances.
If we were doing this in the studio, I'd come out and shake your hands and then take my post. I think that what matters to me is I give the people what they want, which is a show. And I think that.
By the way, happy
I remember
Canada
when
Day
I was
to all you
playing that
Canadian
match,
people
all
out
I
there.
can think about was really.
Yeah, Ryko. If
Me
you're, we have a
against
ton
Chance
of
Ellison?
Canadian
Guys,
fans.
I
Ryko
really-
is in our Discord.
And
I really
was
just had a
really
second
proud
where
of
I
the
was
game
like,
that
why
I
don't
put
we
on,
have
but,
our own
at the
holiday?
end of the day, I just want to give the fans and audience.
It's only in 2
what they
days.
want, which is a nail biter. And
3
so
days.
After that match,
Whatever. This
I
day is
got-
almost
I had
over.
fire in me,
Australia
and-
hits it
and I was-
before we do, right?
I was looking
Yeah.
forward
That's
to
ironic.
true.
They get to
the next
celebrate
match,
our
and I'm
independence
really
before we
looking
do.
forward to that.
David, how do you feel now being
What a
aligned
crock.
with
Taylor
Justin
technically
and
celebrates
Kaiser?
it a
Kaiser,
day early.
is a cult of personality all in his own right. How do you feel about now
It's a
having
good
him
song
in your
on Guitar
corner?
Hero.
He's a fabulous and really specific trainer.
Oh, there you go, Brian. The Devil's Help.
When we
Canadian. Thank
talk
you, Brian.
about,
There
or
you
when
go.
we study for,
We have a ton of
the
Canadian
matches, we have
fans. That's
just
just
one
Schmoedown
real
as in general,
big,
too.
big, long time practice. But we would just talk about movies on the side and kind of realize together, oh wow, that happened. Oh wait, that's an interesting fact.
The
And,
amount
you know,
of
it's been a real
tweets
pleasure
and
to be part of the
posts
dungeon,
I've seen of
to join
Blame
the
Canada
dungeon
from
and to
South
be
Park
part
today.
of Kaiser's team.
Oh my god, that movie is
They're
amazing.
loaded, ready to go.
Who's your
Now
favorite
it's time for
Canadian,
round number
and why
one,
is it
and the rules of said round are as
And why is it
follows.
who?
8 questions
Logan.
will emerge, ranging from
Wolverine.
categories of movie
Oh,
trivia, Schmoedown goodness.
As far as
Each
a
there's no penalty for missing a question, and there is no stealing.
someone who
at least
isn't
not
real,
in
Logan
round number
100%.
one. We'll
In
ask
real
the
life,
question.
I mean, Ryan
Once we
Reynolds
do,
is
you
hard
have
to pass up.
15 seconds to write down.
Which is ironic
as the
because Wade
teams
Wilson
had
is
an
also
answer
Canadian.
With whatever
So-
writing
That is
service
very
you
true,
prefer.
you're
When we
right.
ask you by name or nickname, please.
All right,
ensure you
everybody,
wrote to
thank
the
you so
camera.
much for
At the
joining
same
us,
time, you
hanging out with
verbalize
us
your
here on a
intent
Thursday. Hope
into
everyone's doing
the
great.
microphone.
We're
All
here
right,
for
each
another
competitor,
reaction
the
play along.
Oh, I was
Have
like, is
some
that the end of
fun.
the show?
ATE will, throughout the duration of the match.
We're gonna play it as usual here. Whiteboards in the first round, and then just see whoever can get it first in round 2 and 3. It's gonna be a little fun. We have Jesse here, and we're gonna have some fun playing this one. So, and you are more than welcome to answer through the chat as well, as there is a delay. So, yeah, let's have some fun.
Is there a delay? So
Place.
if I have the
Brand
comments
Bam
open,
Bam
I'm
Moran,
okay.
do you understand the rules
Yep.
as I
Yeah.
read them to you? And are you ready to go?
Chuck,
Yes,
that
sir.
sounds
I'm scared for
amazing. I will also be drinking
Diamond
whiskey
David
on
Del Rio, maybe you're
Sunday,
the
because that is the most American
Are you
thing
ready
I
to
can
go,
do
sir?
personally.
Same,
I just finished
but
this
looking
bad boy
forward to
right
it.
here. Truly, berry punch.
I will be watching Jake's dogs. You will be.
That is Del Rio, and that drink
For the
is
second
delicious.
year in a row.
It's a lot of gusto, folks. And administering the question to kick us off.
Perfect round. Here we
Mr.
go.
Gilmore, at your ready.
All right, gentlemen, your first question is in the category of horror/thriller. What
Dibs,
actors
I'm gonna
starred
phone a
in
friend.
the films Instinct, Red Dragon, and The Right?
Brad, I know how my usual announcing partner feels about horror movies. How about you?
Let's go
Not a fan,
with.
to be honest with you. Doesn't do it for me.
I'm going with the name
Four.
I
That's looking
know
for a friend,
in fact
please.
stars in at least
Two.
one of these movies.
One.
I don't
Down,
know.
gentlemen. And
Anthony
let's go
Hopkins?
to Diamond Dave first.
Sir Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah.
Hey, wow.
That is
I
who we were
really
looking
thought I
for.
ruined my
Bam Bam
perfect
had it.
already.
I went OG. I went Brian Cox.
Okay, so it is an early miss for Moran. And
You guys
we
see
move
that? I
on
answered a singles question. I'm ready for
to
that belt.
Question 2 in the world of, we go from thrillers and horror to mystery. And that question for a point. Jared Harris plays the literary criminal Professor Moriarty in what 2011
what's the name? What's the
mystery
subtitle?
movie?
Oh my god, what's the subtitle?
See, mystery movies I'm all about. Thriller, I
I
can get
can't.
behind. Horror,
I don't want to give a hint. I'll wait until
Texted
after.
me the other day and said she was going to go see the new
Nelson,
Chris Rock comedy
I
Spiral.
can't say
You know, it
this
worked out
without
well.
saying it in like the voice of Bane
3.
from
Someone
Dark
check
Knight
on the book,
Rises.
Mom. 2, 1.
This sounds
Let's go to your first
familiar.
band.
Is it Game of Shadows?
Sherlock Holmes, Game of Shadows.
Yes.
We can accept that.
Game of
And David Del
Shadows.
Rio.
Sherlock Holmes, Game of Shadows.
There
That
you
is
go.
correct.
All right,
And
here's
so both
my
competitors
question. They
delivering
asked
a
what
tough name
sequel, so I
for
put
a
the subtitle down. I guess I should have.
That's true. You're fine. That's
All
true.
right, and here we go.
I knew what it was, though.
Category number 3, question number 3 in drama.
Pen's dying again.
The 2020 film Mank depicts the writing of what legendary film that was directed by Orson Welles?
Oh, okay, got it.
Good question. It's kind of a question.
We've
within
seen a lot of 2020/2019 questions over the last couple matches.
4, 3, 2, 1.
An enigma in his own right.
Del Rio.
Citizen
This is for you,
Kane.
sir.
Oh, duh. I just said
Citizen
oops.
Kane.
That is correct. Pretty good movie. How about Moran?
Yeah, now that you say that, I knew that.
He's back on the answer and train correct with his last 2 questions. It is 3.
Well, I'm
2.
tied with
In
Moran.
your next category, we saddle up for the world of westerns, and for a point.
I didn't see Mank either,
as
Chuck, so don't worry
Sam
about it.
Chisholm,
Neither did I.
leader of a group of gunslingers for hire in
Oh, who's the
2016
leader?
remake, The Magnificent
Hell yeah.
Seven.
You know what? I like this movie, and if you
Me
don't,
being from Texas,
that's
I like
fine.
westerns, but let
So
me
do I,
ask you,
Jesse.
I don't like horror.
Crap.
Do you like westerns?
I could
I
name
enjoy
probably
it.
every
Only
main
when
character
everybody
in this movie.
compares
So,
Star Wars.
so can I. Yeah, so can I. I can name
I
the 7.
And the
Plus the
villain.
villain.
Mustard, it's good.
Yeah.
And yeah,
So
and And
Okay.
the woman.
And we go
And the
to
woman.
Bam Bam.
Ooh,
Crap, I
that's-
can't think of the
Denzel
leader.
Washington.
Damn it.
Denzel
That is
Washington.
correct. And Del Rio to remain perfect.
I guarantee.
Directed by, don't help me.
That is correct. He is up 4-3. He's got a 1 point lead.
All
And
right, let's see if he can keep his perfect rounds thus far
it's
going.
not coming to me right now. My brain's fuzzy.
Antoine Fuqua.
Antoine, yeah, I was like I almost said Anton.
Cypher Rage in what? A sci-fi adventure film.
Oh my
Gross.
god, this movie is
Gross.
terrible.
I watched 20 minutes of it and I said no, thank
You're a
you.
big
This movie
character
is
name
awful.
guy.
Oh.
Where does Cypher Rage rank?
Frick, what is it called?
It's awesome.
I know.
Terrible.
I remember Jake saying it was so bad.
This movie is so bad.
Pens down. Hardy
After
disagreed.
Earth.
Mr. Del Rio.
Is it after
Now,
Earth?
have you guys ever
It
heard of the
is
film
After Earth and Moran
Titan
is the one behind.
AE, where the AE
I
stands
love
for
that
After
movie,
Earth?
Jesse.
So
I
good.
think I might have
So
been the
good.
person to like that movie.
Love
so
it.
I'll have
AE
to
stands
revisit
for
it.
After Earth in that
Your
film.
next
It's so
question,
good.
Gentlemen, your sixth.
I love the
in
animation in that
round
film,
one
too.
is in the category of 90s
Do you remember what he names the
movies,
planet in
and
it?
it is
Titan AE.
which actor starred in the films The Grifters,
Ah.
Grosse Point Blank, and Con Air?
He names it Bob.
Does he really?
Which one of those?
Yeah, at the end of the planet. And then she goes, Bob? He's like, yeah.
I think you know the answer.
I think that I know.
I
the answer.
only know have heard of Con Air, so I'm thinking it's.
I have two names in my mind.
I can't think of it. I got
Is
nothing.
it
All right,
Nicolas
let's go
Cage?
to
No,
Frank
it's not
Moran
Nick
first.
Cage.
John Cusack.
Oh,
That is
Ah.
correct. He doesn't like
Crap.
talking about Con Air too much. Does David Del Rio?
John Cusack.
Chuck, you're right with that.
He
We
got it,
we
too,
talked about it
and
on
so still a
Apocalypse on
perfect
Tuesday,
round
Titan AE,
one
because we were
so
watching
far for
Atlantis,
Diamond
and we started
Dave
talking
and
about
Bam
Planet
Bam. They have a good
Treasure or
fight.
Treasure
Just one
Planet.
behind.
I'm
We
so
also had a
sad.
conversation about Titan
Question,
AE
gentlemen,
too.
is in the
I'm so
realm
sad I
of
missed that.
directors.
I honestly forgot John Cusack was in
1990s thriller
Con Air.
was the first collaboration of actor Brad Pitt with director David
God.
Fincher.
Oh, wait. I don't think this
You
is
had
right,
Brad Pitt's
but
ads
I'm
for a
going to
day.
put it down
What would
because
you
it's
do?
an answer.
I mean, if I had
I'm-
Brad Pitt,
Chuck, I've never seen
I'd
Grosse
go
Point.
there.
Should I watch that?
Four,
Is it
Put it on
decent?
your
three.
put it on your
Okay,
next
stay by
list
the
for
countdown.
Apocalypse.
Two,
Thank you.
one. Let's go to Diamond Dave
Seven.
first.
Seven.
Aha! I guess.
7.
Yay!
He knocked it out of the park once again. He has 7 points. Frank Moran to get his 6th point.
So
I went.
I
Fight
think I'm
Club.
at 5.
You went
Ah.
Fight
You
Club.
know what?
And
I'm
you're
hanging.
correct, and so now
I'm
all of a
hanging
sudden
in
it's a 2-point
You're only
gap
behind Jake by
between
1
the
point.
Diamond one and Bam Bam. Your final question, gentlemen, in round number 1 is in the category of comedies. No? We'll move on for a point. The question is, which real-life female music star plays a fictional pop star named Xania in 2006's
Jesus.
The Pink Panther? That's Xania.
I'm gonna take a
spelled
guess in the time period.
Xania.
All right, let's see if David Del Rio can rock.
And I'm taking a guess on the time period because of another movie that came out in the same vicinity.
2, 1. Before we
Gold
find out
member?
if
So
Del
does that
Rio
mean
is
it's
perfect, we go to
Beyonce?
Bam Bam.
I put
Yeah, I was
just.
thinking that's.
Beyonce Knowles.
Wait,
That is
Oh, wait, no.
correct for
That's
a
what you
big
said.
point.
Hey!
Now for a
I said
bonus
Rihanna.
point, Del
I
Rio.
forgot what
Let's
my answer
go.
was.
Beyonce Knowles.
Damn,
That is a big,
that was my first
big
guess, and I was
score
like,
because
no,
now,
she's in
Brad,
everything.
he
It's
is
got to be
gonna
someone
field
else.
Another bonus question for
Ooh,
his
David Del
perfect
Rio went
round.
perfect.
Damn.
David Del Rio, you do not
Ooh, we
have
have to
write
scream
down.
this
He's
one.
Simply within
We do.
15
We have to
seconds,
guess.
you
No
just give us
whiteboards.
your answer
No whiteboards.
to the question
Scream.
about to be posed by Brad Gilmore.
I love how he scratched out Carter on Beyonce knows Carter. He wasn't sure if that
You
was
Yeah,
know,
I
you
got-
noticed
I got
that.
more
was-
than
I was-
half of
I was
them
thinking
right.
about
That's all
that,
right.
Yeah.
Pretty
I
sure
liked
we
it.
would have just accepted Beyonce.
All right, and your bonus question, David Del Rio. Which 1986 action film features supporting performances from Tom Skerritt,
Top
Tim
Gun.
Robbins, and Michael Ironside?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Ironside is Viper, and Tim Robbins is Jester. I think.
Jester's one of the names.
5.
So
I think he plays Jester.
2.
A jeté, please.
All right.
All right, and
Someone can
your
correct me if
question
I'm
again.
wrong, but I think he plays
Which
Jester.
1986 action film features supporting
okay, what about Tom
performances from
Skerritt?
Tom Skerritt, Tim Robbins, and Michael
Tom Skerritt
Ironside?
plays the main commander who flew with his father.
You
Uh,
already
Leo
answered,
says
so I'm gonna say aliens.
Merlin. Thank you, Leo. Thank you.
Jester is
knew
one
it
of
was
the.
one of them.
Alien.
Yeah,
Name.
I knew he was one of them. I was taking a guess.
Is incorrect. We were looking for Top Gun. Top Gun.
Me
Like I said,
and
Top
all
Gun.
my
So,
friends.
Oh,
Brad, it
that's
is a
right.
perfect round for
Scarrett
Brian
is
Daybell. He
Viper,
missed the bonus
Ironside is
question. That
Jester,
could factor
and
in
Robbins
big
is
for
Merlin.
Bam Bam's
Thank
chances
you.
here. It is still
All
just
of my
a
friends,
2-point lead
my guy
for Del
friends, our
Rio
senior
over
year
Moran as we
took a name
shift
of a
into
Top Gun
round
pilot.
number
So I
two.
like
Here
have
are the
them
rules
all
of round number
memorized.
2.
Which one
It's a
were
wheel
you?
round, the Wheel of Fate.
We
Doom,
just
and
want to shout
Fortune.
this out.
Each competitor gets a spin
Were you
of the wheel.
Maverick?
Once you settle on a category,
Were
you're
you
going to hear 4
Goose?
questions from that
No.
particular round. Each question
Are we
is
gonna name
points.
all
No
my
penalty
animals?
for missing a question. However, stealing is available.
Were you
in
Jester?
That's
round
actually
number
pretty
2 only.
offensive.
So
My
if you're not
cat's
sure of
name
the
are
answer, you can
Maverick
ask
and
us
Goose, and I got the
multiple
Top
choice.
Gun
We'll give you
question
4
wrong.
options, one of which
Shame.
you think is the
Shame,
correct
shame.
answer.
Were
At that point,
you
the
Merlin?
question does recede
No.
to
Iceman.
1. So
Oh
3
my
JTE
God.
rules.
Because
still
I
left
was
for
the
Bam Bam,
asshole
2 for
of the
Diamond
that's
Dave.
fair.
And it is
And
Diamond Dave's
we-
decision.
the
Would you
Chuck,
like to
you
see
need
that
to
go
watch
first
Top
or
Gun
defer to your
immediately,
opponent?
Chuck.
Oh,
Iceman, played by
Immediately.
Sean Ashmore,
I will
also known as
defer.
Bobby Drake.
He's going to defer, so we will drop out Diamond
the
Dave,
best
and we will
thing is,
bring in
so
Frank's manager.
we named our friend
What's up, Frankie?
that
Much I had,
was
some
notorious
Dutchie
for like
Toast Crunch this morning.
ditching us for his girlfriend Goose.
Fancy, you got that good. See, I used to go to the dollar store and get
We'd be
them,
like, oh,
cinnamon squares,
Goose
is what they
died.
call them on the box. So I totally get
Goose
it, man.
crashed.
Good for you. Couple things. First of all,
How's
I
everybody
see your
doing after that
face.
round, by the way? I didn't
You
ask.
Take that. throw that out
I
the
have
window.
2. Jesse has 5. You have 8.
Because guess
Are you keeping
yeah,
track
man,
of
just
everybody?
take the whole face
Yeah, because I
off.
figured
Just
Jesse
Nicholas
wouldn't, so I
Cage
wanted
that
to make
mother.
sure.
Hey,
Because
Brian,
here's the thing.
your lack of
Yeah,
faith,
he had a
it's
perfect
disturbing.
What did he do? He dropped the ball in the bonus question, meaning he can miss stuff. He does that. And you had a great first round. Little known fact that people don't always think about when it comes to this game. 2 points really doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, Meg
just
Ryan
based on
was
how the
was
pointing
looking
system
pretty
ends
good
up
in
working
Top
at the
Gun,
end.
but
So,
there's not much that
go up,
touches
let's
Cameron
go
Diaz
knock
in the
round
mask.
2 out of the park. And then when he
Jesus.
drops his, we'll steal
Facts.
some points, get that back, and then we'll win the match.
Facts.
worry
I mean,
about
there's
it.
a lot
Maybe
that touches
bam,
that,
bam.
but facts.
You know what's funny? He's a diamond in the rough. We're gonna knock his ass all the way
I
back
need to
Agrabah.
see
Let's go.
There it
Top
is.
Gun
Giving it
Maverick
a spin is Bam Bam.
immediately.
You do?
There we go.
It was my number 2 anticipated movie of the year.
Right there.
Oh, see,
Of
look
the
at that
entire
free promo
year.
you're giving the world, girls. That's so nice of you, Brad.
All right. And
Oh, not
will
for
it
me.
be Bam
Not-
Bam
unless
winning
it's Spy
the
Kids,
category
not for
of
me.
Robert Rodriguez
Not for me
overall,
either.
Or do you want to use your free spin?
I would
Unless
say
it's
that,
Spy
you would
Kids.
do well in this category, but there's things that we really like
my
on
God.
this. We should
Uh-oh.
probably spin it.
Wait, am I back? Am I back?
You're back.
You're good.
All
You're
right,
good.
cool.
I honestly just noticed that you froze and then you popped back.
So did I. I thought you were
Got to
just sitting
interview
there the whole
Robert
time.
Rodriguez at South by Southwest once. That guy.
Hopefully this lasted the round.
He loves it.
Oh my God! After we did talk
Oh
about this yesterday,
no!
Opponent's
We
choice.
just
They
talked
flew
about this
too close
yesterday.
To the sun, and so now we drop out swag and we bring
What do you
in the
think he's
dungeon.
gonna give him?
All right, Diamond Dave, and there's.
I mean,
the
there's a
first
lot of-
appearance
he could go right back to
dozens
Robert
of people didn't ask
Rodriguez.
for Kaiser. So, gentlemen, 60 seconds. to
Amy
make your
Adams
decision.
spoof
What do you want to
movies,
saddle
maybe
your opponent
spoof.
with?
Wow, so we haven't seen spoof movies in a
Lay
while.
off my coach, baby carrots.
I
please.
wonder if spoof
Okay,
movies was
so,
put on there because that's one you don't
I had a
see
thought,
very often.
John,
Jesse, you're
is
good.
that
You're
maybe
back.
you wanna- And tell me flat out if this is like the wrong way to go.
I didn't even realize
So,
spoof movies are categories. That's how long it's been since we've seen
rounds-
that.
I
never
honestly
mind,
might
never
be
mind,
okay at
because
that.
I know the answer to that
The
already. Which one-
category.
Depending on what the spoof movie is, 100%. Like if it's Spaceballs,
Hathaway or Adams?
Oh, yeah.
all day.
Which one do you
Well,
like?
what's funny is like they spun Mel Brooks one time, and I was like, excellent. And I got like none of them. They were all like so cringe. I was like,
That was me.
Assume that-
That was me yesterday
Yeah.
in Pixar. I was
would
like,
say
Pixar,
halfway.
Pixar, Pixar.
Yeah.
They land on Pixar. I didn't get a single one.
How much time
All right.
do we have left?
We're about done.
yeah, give me Robin Hood Men in Tights. I'll go
We'll give him
perfect.
Hathaway.
They're gonna Anne Hathaway.
Okay, so it is
Interesting.
Anne Hathaway
Okay.
is the category.
So, again, this is
Bam
where we
Bam, and
just
asking
read
you
the
question
question,
is going to be
and whoever
the
gets it
trusty
first.
voice of
All right,
Brad
well, my
Gilmore.
internet is not going to help.
All right, here we go. In the category of Miss Anne Hathaway, Frank Moran, your first question. In what 2004 fantasy rom-com does Anne Hathaway play Ella of Frel?
Ella Enchanted.
The Princess Diaries.
That is incorrect. That is
Oh,
incorrect.
Ella
Correct.
Enchanted.
So for a steal opportunity,
That-
Brad's going to ask
you
the
might
same
be right,
question to
Jake.
Diamond Dave for possible 2-point steal.
All right, and David Del Rio. In what 2004
That's a sneaky
fantasy
question because
rom-com
the answer
That is a
half of
sneaky
it in
question.
the.
Frell?
I could understand the Princess Diaries thing too.
Ella Enchanted.
That is correct for a big 2
Hey.
Sneaky.
Two points steal there. We have both competitors. Just let us see your
Sneaky
hands. We saw your eyes
question.
closed there, David, obviously, but we just want to see hands as well because, as we know, you are an esteemed hand model. So now we go back to Frank Moran for some points.
Jesse, you're back.
Needs, Brad.
Absolutely. He needs these points here moving forward in the realm of Anne Hathaway. Your second question, Frank, is thus. What 2005 film marks the first time that Anne Hathaway lent her voice to an American animated
2005 movie?
Oh. I could maybe pull it off.
I'll go multiple choice, please.
Yeah.
And your options are
Oh, we lost
is
Jesse.
A, Rio, B, Flushed Away, C, Hoodwinked, or
I'm gonna say Rio.
The Ant Bully.
I'm going to say Flushed Away. Oh, wait, no. I think I'm going to go Hoodwinked.
Okay.
Hoodwinked.
Okay.
I'll go A.
A is incorrect.
Ah.
I go to David Del Rio for the
Damn
steal.
it.
David, I will repeat the question and your options.
I don't know why I can Hoodwinked. I'm pretty sure she was
I don't even remember Hoodwinked. What is Hoodwinked?
I think it's like Little Red Riding Hood, and I think she was Little Red Riding Hood.
Hoodwinked or D, the Ant Bully.
Someone can correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's about.
Hoodwinked is correct for another 1 point there. 1 point
Okay.
there. So
Jesse, I'm gonna bring you back on. We got you.
it is 11-6.
Hi, my internet says no round 2 for me. I missed all of that.
You're good. You're
I
good.
didn't hear a single question.
Your next question.
So
Anne
good.
Hathaway plays
play the next
Agent
one.
99 in which
No.
Get Smart is correct for 2 points. Get Smart is correct.
That's 2 points, Jesse, too, by the way.
Yep. I wrote it down. 7 points
Damn it.
because I missed everything else.
All right, and your
I couldn't
final
get the
question.
word out
In the realm of
correctly.
Anne Hathaway. Which actress co-stars as Anne Hathaway's best
Kate
friend
Hudson.
Oh,
in the
Oh, damn. Good stuff. Good stuff.
I actually secretly
Wait,
love
do you remember the first 2 questions?
Yes,
what
the
was
first
her? Go ahead, Jake.
what 2000 what was the name of the 2004 rom-com that Anne Hathaway played Ella of Efla?
Is it Ella Enchanted?
It is 11.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, and then what's
And then what was the what film in 2005 was the first time Anne Hathaway lent her voice?
Does in round number 2.
Oh, I saw the multiple choice. Was it Hoodwinked?
Del Rio's
Yeah,
it was.
Okay.
Bringing his manager.
Hey.
Attaboy.
Not bad.
Diamond David Del Rio.
I could have gotten points on every
You're
question that
already
round.
doing dungeon things.
Potentially, yeah.
Just like Public Enemy, you're number 1.
Chuck, you're so right. The Rock is a bad guy and Get
All
Smart.
right.
I want to
How
see
you
that
feeling
again.
out there?
You're so right.
Wait, yeah, and he stapled like forms on this guy's face. It's like my favorite part of the movie.
He did.
Oh my god.
The clock, you got 2 JTEs.
Yeah, he literally
I wanna
opens
spin
it up
that
and just
wheel.
goes,
Let's get something-
oh, bam,
let's get
right on the
something
guy's
juicy. All right,
forehead.
come on.
The original Get Smart show is my like soon-to-be father-in-law's like favorite show of all time.
Starburst cap
Really?
here
Yeah.
on the wheel for Diamond Dave.
I think that movie's awesome. It was like when Steve
harmless.
Carell kind of
By the way,
started
I got
popping
that-
up on
I
the
got the-
screen.
go ahead.
Ooh, Amy Adams. I might get
Adams.
something.
It is Amy Adams. So, gentlemen, 60
Man of
seconds
Steel
to
for the
deliberate.
win.
Do you want to stick with Miss Adams or spin again?
I think
Jake would be good at a
think I can.
wake.
I think I can play.
Yeah, I mean, she's.
I love that
she's-
confidence.
I might be pretty decent at
Yeah,
Amy Adams.
I think you keep it. I think you keep it.
Yeah, let's. Yeah, I'd like to keep Amy Adams.
I think I would have gone
Quick
multiple
before,
twice.
hey,
No, once
congratulations,
on a
Brad, on your
halfway. I think.
acceptance to Delta State University, home of the Fighting Okra. Get out there, join a club, and get good
Fighting
grades.
Okra.
We're rooting for you in the dungeon.
I appreciate that, Kaiser.
I don't know where
Fighting
Kaiser
Okra,
gets
though.
half of his.
Great field hockey team.
The Fighting
Devil's Help, it
Okra
definitely
has
makes
some
sense that he would put it
sports
on the
there. Of
wheel.
course, Brad, an enrollee at
As a
the
fellow
esteemed
actor.
Crimson Tide of Alabama. So now, Diamond Dave, you were deliberating with possibly sticking your opponent with
Jake's
the
laundry's
category of Amy
done.
Adams, and now
Sure
you
is.
find yourself in the world of Amy Adams.
His
And here
laundry
we
likes
go.
to give us little
4
tunes
questions, each
throughout
one worth 2
our
points
shows.
unless you need multiple choice. Your first one
Oh, no,
is
is my internet about to go out again when
who plays
next
Amy
round
Adams'
starts?
sister in the 2008
Oh, no.
dramedy Sunshine Cleaning?
I could be getting this wrong, but I think it's Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt.
Wow.
Tough pull there, but he got it for 2
Jake, do you ever get tired of
Del
winning
Rio
these?
on the board here.
How do you think we feel?
Your next question.
Go ahead and put Draft Jake in the
David, who
chat.
directed Amy Adams in the biopic?
Tim Burton. Tim Burton.
Jesse got that one.
Tim Burton.
And I'm not even being.
Damn it.
Tim Burton's correct and
Yes.
is now ballooned to a 5-point lead. It's 15-10 with Del Rio over Moran. We moved your penultimate question.
Can I have 2 petty points for knowing Anne
Talented world of
Hathaway?
Amy Adams, and it is. Amy Adams received her first Oscar nomination.
Oh,
wait.
What
I
2000
don't know.
film?
I don't know how far. I have no idea because I don't remember her from early 2000s. I remember her in Smallville. Oh, Junebug.
Oh, I heard of that.
Oh.
Well, it's correct. That's the important
Wow.
thing. For 2 points, it is now.
The important thing is that Jake didn't get it.
10.
Yeah.
One more
If it's a Smallville question, I know
and it is
exactly
that
who she was
question
and what
that is
episode.
separating
Did she
David Del
eat
Rio
people?
from a perfect
Yeah,
round
she
two.
ate people to stay
Here
alive.
We
Yeah.
go.
To stay young and pretty.
Yeah.
Which
Well, I guess she
Walking
continued
Dead
eating people.
actor plays Al Capone in the film Night at the Museum?
Andrew
John
Lincoln?
Bernthal.
Smithsonian.
John Bernthal.
Is it really?
It's John Bernthal.
Wow.
Yep.
Huh.
John Bernthal.
Wow.
Yep.
He might have seen that movie too many times.
Dang,
For
Del
2
Rio.
points, and that is a perfect round 2 for Del
Holy
Rio.
smokes, he has not missed a
9-point lead over
question.
Bam Bam.
Nope,
It's
he has
19-10
not.
as we
I almost
continue.
missed
Round
an
number
entire round
3.
pretty much, and I'm 1 point
Round number 3
behind.
is the round that will determine the match, lest we go
Moran.
to sudden death overtime. What we need
Dang.
from each competitor in this round
Brian, what are you at?
is a series of numbers.
Still
numbers
at
from
3
each.
there.
These numerals may range from 1.
Wait, you didn't
Oh,
get
wait,
a
no.
may not pick
I
the
had
same
2.
integers
I did
as
get
the
that
opponent.
hoodwinked.
Okay.
So,
Andrew Lincoln's a
that's
good
a one-
guess.
Category,
Yeah.
Schmoedown
That's a
mystery.
good guess.
Your first question that will emerge is 2 points.
Jesse's
in
sitting at
value.
9.
The next one 3 points. The final one 5.
Yeah, Chuck. Yeah, I
points.
he definitely
It
is the only
a
one
9-point lead
out
for
of that
Diamond Dave,
cast
and
that
so we
definitely
get your 3
fits.
lucky numbers first.
He was
This is
so
Del Rio.
long
The
ago
20
that
lucky
I
numbers
forget
Yeah.
he's in it. He only was around for 2 seasons.
Yeah, he
There's
died. And
such
he didn't even die in the
feels like
finale. He died in like
11,
the
Mid.
4,
second or third to
and
last
2.
episode or something.
So, yeah.
Only day
There's such
that
a
matters,
good
kids. And now we
line
go to
in the
Bam Bam. Your
epic
3
rap battles of
numbers is back in the
history
game.
between
5, 6, 7.
like Walking Dead and
5,
Breaking
6,
Bad.
7, making
It's
it easy on us.
great
We
stuff on
always
Shane.
appreciate that.
The first
So,
4
we're gonna
seasons of
follow
The Walking
Bam
Dead
Bam
were
and bring
so
back
good.
David Del Rio's manager.
They were. I mean, there were
We
the
are
first
on a
number.
roll.
Everything
We are
through
smooth as
like the prison and
silk
stuff was
today,
great,
baby.
and then it
That's
just
why
fell
you
off.
bring Diamond David Del Rio to the dungeon. And by the way, I also filed that lawsuit against David Lee Roth for stealing your nickname. So I'm expecting settlement money to be rolling in
Thank
soon.
you.
What I'm gonna need you
Chuck,
here-
just
I'm
so
gonna
you
need
know,
to stay cool.
you picked
Use the
Frank
clock.
Moran
Listen
at
to
the beginning of
question.
this. Don't try and go back
Two
now.
words back.
Don't
You
try
have
and go back
2
now.
JTEs, brother. Today
No,
is
he
the
actually
day.
picked Del
Okay,
Rio.
game 1-0.
Then he
No,
picked
he's-
I
Frank.
want you to
Yeah,
get
then
in the
he
zone and
switched.
finish strong.
Yeah.
We love having you in the dungeon, man. You're a winner.
This is what you get
Just
from a
like
Yankees fan.
Bubba
I saw
Dennis
you
said,
went to Yankee Stadium yesterday.
believe that.
I know.
He went, and I'm not trying to bag on Chuck. I'm not, but
Inspirational
he
word
went to
from
the
Kaiser, now
worst
it's
game
Winston's
possible he could have
Frank,
gone to. They blew
here's
in
the funny
like a
thing about it.
6-run
Kaiser-
lead in the 9th
Kaiser
inning.
doesn't realize he writes my jokes for me.
What's up, Brian
Don't
Bailey?
believe the hype. Yeah, they got 9-point lead. Who gives a damn?
Hey, Brian.
Go knock all 3 of your points, your 3 of your questions out the park, and let him flounder. All right, then let them
Chuck,
look stupid.
I
I'm
fell
here
off
for it. What I'm
once
trying to tell you, baby,
Negan
is I'm sitting
killed,
here sipping on this good. All right,
Glenn.
you out here looking very
Glenn.
fine on this.
Like,
lovely
once
night.
that
I got you
happened-
guys beat.
Go in there.
I fell
I
off
want
3
you to show
episodes
them
in.
why they call you Bam Bam, baby.
Oh,
Hey,
no,
let's
see?
go.
Wow,
I'm going
really?
blood, so-
Yeah,
and
it's
I'm
not
gonna
for
use
me.
some damn ribs.
I don't
Where you
like
at? How
watching
about that?
zombie
Break how you
stuff.
feel, son?
There's not a lot of
I-
zombie content I enjoy
feel
other than
hungry.
Dying Light.
I caught on to it very late, and I binged like the first 2 or 3 seasons, and then I started watching it, and I'm pretty sure I fell off shortly after the Negan stuff. I think once they took him
we asked for
prisoner
inspirational
is
words,
kind of
and,
when
we
I
got more than
fell
we
off. I was
bargained
like,
for
they're
there,
just going to
Brad.
save
You
this
know
guy.
the
He's going to become a
executive
good
chef
guy.
on
And I'm like,
board,
no, not for
so,
me.
you wanna
So I started watching
represent
Fear the
yourself.
Walking Dead instead. And Fear the Walking Dead is actually really good.
Diamond Dave and Bam Bam Frank Moran are back. It is going to be
That's probably true, Brian.
A series of questions first because
I
he's
won't
got to
whatever
catch up
it's
to a
Brian
winning
Ward, I'll just
TKO
highlight
on
this so it's
behalf
actually
of
not
Diamond.
that's
So Brad
okay.
Gilmore will be asked.
You might as well have put
Frank
at
his
Skybound at the end.
Yeah.
for his 2-point category.
Don't worry, we will
selected
tag them.
But Brian, have you
And,
watched? Have you watched
correct.
That
Invincible?
corresponds
Correct.
to the realm of
Have I seen
Oscar.
what?
Invincible's great.
Well, no, I was
Invincible.
asking. I was asking Brian Ward if he's watched
Question,
Invincible.
Frank
Oh, yes,
He's
yes.
smirching Skybound.
Martin Scorsese lost Best Director for Goodfellas to what famous actor turned director
Clint Eastwood?
in 1991?
Oh, that's a good
And it
call.
should be pointed out that is the 91 ceremony. The film's release date is 1990.
That's a great call.
A couple extra seconds here.
Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner is correct for 2
Oh,
points.
shit.
Wow.
With Wolves. Was that a
Sorry,
favorite?
swearing. I don't know.
Dances with
I
Wolves.
don't
That
think I've ever
makes
seen
sense.
the whole thing, but
That
I
makes
saw the
sense.
beginning and it was very intense. So he selected
Which I've still
number
never
6 as his 3-point category. And this is a question, Brad, that like the 2
I was just trying to shoot a name out there before somebody took it.
category.
His category
It was a good guess.
And by
is
somebody, you
Black
mean Jake.
Cinema.
Black Cinema?
Black Cinema will be for your 3-point question.
Uh-oh. Winston's
Frank
watching.
Moran in the realm of Black Cinema. And your question. Lawrence Fishburne stars as an LAPD officer who is tasked with going undercover to break up a drug ring in what 1992 film?
Well, I was only 3 years old.
It's definitely not The Matrix.
1992? Yeah, I mean, I wasn't born yet. I was born, but
Boys in the Hood.
All right.
Yeah, nothing.
And your question.
92? I have no
Lawrence Fishburne
idea.
Stars as an LAPD officer who is tasked with going undercover to break up a drug ring.
I see in the
I need to
comments.
watch more. I need to watch more Lawrence Fisher movies. Yeah, see, I've never heard of that movie.
I'm not familiar with it. Yeah.
Never heard of that. I'll have to watch it.
5, 4.
I didn't really know how long Lawrence Fishburne had been acting.
Please.
Last one.
All right.
Well, that's right. He has to get these, huh?
Lawrence
Yeah.
Fishburne stars
He has to get.
as
He has to
an
get this or he
LAPD
loses.
officer who is tasked with
Would it be a
going
TKO?
undercover to break
Right?
up a
Yep.
drug ring in what
Yikes.
1992 film?
That was the last
It
thing
does have one more.
all the other factions want. is the
Ooh,
Dungeon
Chuck
game.
with a hot take. That's a hot take.
That is a very hot take, and of all the movies he's been in, that's a very hot take.
Because Ant-Man and the Wasp is the answer.
3.
Menace to Society.
Wow.
Wow.
TKO. Wow. He did not miss a question.
Wow.
Other than the
Didn't even-
bonus.
He didn't even have to answer
Other
question
than
in
the
the
bonus,
third
you're
round.
correct. You're correct.
Cover on an incognito tip. Everybody knows that.
Deep cover. Well, it is a pretty tough 3-pointer, to be honest with you. But David Del Rio.
That
the
was- I
Diamond
mean,
one does
I don't know how
survive
tough that was
alongside
for,
his
like,
manager Kaiser of the
Schmoedown
Dungeon.
bidders, but it definitely
They
seemed
are
like a
still
pretty
on
tough 3-pointer.
top
But
and celebrating
you get some of those
accordingly,
sometimes.
so we'll let them relax in
Well,
the
yes,
green room
the fun
for a
thing-
sec.
The interesting thing
And
about
Brad
like the
Gilmore,
point system
that
is
was
it's
the
like
performance that we knew Diamond
it very
David
much
Del
depends on
Rio
topic
had in,
because
and
it's like
tough
maybe
break
that's a
there for Bam Bam
3-pointer
spinning
within Black Cinema.
opponent's choice,
But then
getting
like
us out
within
of
your
the
general
category.
knowledge,
He was
like wow,
less
that's
than
hard.
confident
But if
in,
you
but
studied
still a very
that
good effort.
specific
He had 6
Yep.
points in
genre,
round 1. He
maybe
did
it's just a
well
3-pointer.
with his first question in round
Yeah.
3. Then he got saddled with a tough 3-pointer that he
Jake,
couldn't
not
pull,
only
but
did Jill
for
get
Diamond
more
Dave, what does
fantasy
this mean
points,
for
she
his
got an
future? He's now
extra fantasy
2-3
point.
and has another
She's
TKO.
coming.
I mean, I'll say my 5-pointer in my match. If you've seen Snowpiercer, it was easy. But at that point, I hadn't, so it wasn't.
Okay. Oh,
Oh, Doggo!
I don't know
Nah.
how Kevin does in hotel rooms. Like, he's fine when I'm with him, but he could just tear the place up like Motley Crue when I leave him. You know what I mean?
okay. Oh, well, there we go. Del Rio's got his dog.
Where's your dog?
As long as you get their emotional support, that's all that matters.
There's one right here. Go.
Del Rio, it's tradition when the dungeon wins. Usually we're greeted by Kevin, Jen's dog. Even when I lose sometimes to make me feel better, she'll still bring out the dog. But what is this guy's name?
This is 11-year-old
Malcolm.
girl Boo Radley.
Boo Radley.
Boo Radley.
Boo
It's a
Radley.
beautiful, fine-looking animal. We
Appreciate
breed championship animals in the dungeon. Too, Jen.
I was going to say, though, Do you attribute
Well,
his win
the
and his
Mercs
elevated
is
play
Team
to
Cats.
your
So
tutelage, or is it
That is
you know,
very
when
true.
join
You
a
are
faction
Team
like the
Cats.
Dungeons,
Yeah.
we got
Sure,
Spidey
Team
Cat,
automatically
we
kind
got
of raise
Luca,
the
we got
stakes and
Salt
play to
Cat
the level
Soap,
of the rest of your
we got
faction?
Goose.
Jen, can we just
Maverick, hello, your other child.
Yeah, well, he's not here, so it won't hurt
It
his
went
feelings.
all the way through to me, who was in first place, the last guy to pick, and I'm the only guy who had enough common sense to pick up
This is very
David
impressive,
Del Rio.
though.
First of
Very
all, why
impressive.
are you dropping him, Kate?
Yeah, how do you
Probably
drop
because she
him
was dropped a
after
few
the way he
times,
just
but she was
played?
a
How do you
top,
drop
I'm guessing.
that?
But other than that,
I mean,
this guy
I think
knew
there's.
was a
We're not
baller.
going to say
And,
names,
know,
but there's
truth
definitely
be
people
told,
on the den that might
David
have
and
been
I
the
knew each
smarter
other
swap.
before Schmoedown, and
Agreed.
You know, we were
Agreed.
pals. And
I'm sorry.
You could say it with most teams, though. I think everyone's got like one or
we'd
two.
always said, you know, wouldn't it be great if someday, you know, we could hook up, get on the same team, and play this game together? And let me tell you something: the Schmoedown gods bless me because here he is. He played.
I want to say
killer
ouch
game.
to
He
Brian's
only missed
comment, but I
freaking
mean, like,
bonus question. I mean, this.
I
guy
mean, it's
loves
the
game.
truth.
He
Swag
loves to
Swag
compete,
has
and I
not
couldn't be
had
happier to
Swag
have
and the
him.
Stars are not having
And
great
let's face
seasons.
it, you kind of
They are
put the last nail in the
struggling
coffin with the
very,
2-point
very
steal,
hard,
right?
very hard. And
Those steal. I mean,
it's I'm never going to say
Just
never with
lights
stuff
out today,
because
David.
Swag
I mean,
does
it's
have
your
some
first time-
championship stuff
first
coming up,
match
some
this
big
season, if I'm
matches,
correct, right?
but
Your other shifty manager couldn't get you a match. So
with the
I mean,
with the way that
how's
some
it feel
factions
being
are
in the dungeon,
playing,
pal?
it's
Oh,
very
man,
hard
I mean,
to see them
all I
coming
wanted to
all the
do
way
was
back.
just at least show.
I think
that
it's going to
can
be a
put up
3-ring
good fight for
circus with like
dungeon,
the top
considering
three.
the team players
This
that you
guy's
have in the
faction's
dungeon. I mean,
half the
just to
blame
be part
for
of the
the Stars
same
having
team,
a bad year.
Oh,
as these
100%.
other players is
100%.
just a
Demon
dream,
Lanta.
for me.
We're
Demon
just
Lanta
taking
doing it
notes.
twice to Damon.
They started out the
I'm glad
season
I
with how
got
many
to
bets?
show some
How many
stuff
they got
today.
now? How many do we have?
Yeah.
Yoink.
Well, the Mercs
So I
have
guess
the
where
Mercs
do we go
have
from
both
here,
the belts
gentlemen?
that they
What's
started
next?
with.
Who are you guys looking
Yep.
for? You know, you've obviously improved your record with a
I will
big win
say,
today with this TK
in fantasy,
so
I dropped Frank
do you have
Moran.
your eyes set on anyone?
Thank goodness I did, because I would have lost a
For
point.
me, I'm like line them up.
No, the
Line up
numbers are
these guys to
definitely
play.
not sexy this
You know,
year.
there's going to be a singles tournament coming up. You know,
100%, Brian
when you got a
Ward.
player who's got
He
the
is
base knowledge,
he is
the
someone that could
drive,
make an
and the
impact.
tenacity to get better.
Yep.
Like Diamond David
No, I'm
Del
not
Rio,
going to
man,
say
we
like
just
an
wanna
Adam
get him in more
Collins,
matches. You know,
but
in the
he can
dungeon, we
definitely
fear
run the
nobody.
table on a few
Welcome
matches.
to the Terror Dome. You know what I'm
like
saying?
he
We'll
just
go
did
against
this
anybody.
match. Like
He could be a upset player where he knocks out one of your players that
You're
you
gonna get yours.
think
I'm trying
like,
to figure out how many
oh,
public
they'll win
enemy
this, and then he comes in
Not
and
for nothing. Winston's a
beats
great
them, and you're
manager.
like, oh
Frank's a
crap.
good player.
Like,
Here's the thing about the dungeon. The dungeon's one of the
took it to me
teams
the
right
last
now
time we played,
that, like, whether
you know,
they
and
win
so,
or
you know, he
lose,
had one
they're not
good, but,
losing any points.
You can't sleep on Swag. They're
yeah,
always in the
that's
rearview
true.
mirror.
Nobody
you know,
on
they're
their
great
teams getting
players,
knocked out.
And yeah, believe the hype. I
if
guess,
Merle
instead of
retains the
trying to use
belt,
your joke against myself.
if Del Rio
We're done
is
here
quote
with all of
unquote
your
the
references,
replacement
sir.
player, he is a
Congratulations.
very
Welcome
good
to the
replacement
dungeon,
player.
baby.
Oh,
Welcome to the
100%.
If
dungeon.
Merle has
so
the
much.
belt for like that round
And
out
for
the
dungeon,
four
it's a
of the
welcome
tournament
to
for the
the
dungeon. That's
reign in the world of movies for Diamond David Del Rio. Like we said,
a really
Brett,
good point. We
knew
could
this
see a
guy
lot of David
had
Del
a
Rio
lot
here very, very
better
soon.
ability than his 1-3 record. That's now 2-3, and some important points there for the lead. What does this mean for their future?
Yeah, good move,
well,
Chuck,
where-
for
when
not
he got
dropping Del Rio.
first
I
question
dropped
wrong,
Frank for
saw
Nick.
finding the exact right matchup.
The
Marshall is
spoiler.
the right person for Frank
So-
Moran. It's just a
Hi,
little
Selvin.
bit more work, and they'll get there.
An enemy to no one is Jen Sturgis. Now we pitch it back to her for an interview with the Swaggy Blurred and his competitor.
Ooh, I didn't realize that was out. Thank you,
Not
the
getting those
Devil's
ribs,
Help.
huh?
Yep.
Is Kaiser done
Came out
talking?
tonight. Or it's coming out tonight.
I haven't heard the
Oh.
reviews,
Thumbs up and I'll
so
put them. Okay.
Welcome back to the show.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. We good. All right. Great. We here.
Obviously, tough loss today, gentlemen. And then having to sit through Kaiser's post interview and all of his references, I'm sure has you pretty heated at this point, Winston.
Heated? No. It's one of those things that, like, I'm gonna bring Frank some Bloodsoes anyway. I already know who I'm gonna be as a parent. Like, it's one of those situations where it's like, I swear to God, if you don't clean your damn room, I'm gonna beat your ass. And then the next thing you know,
I'm just playing.
like, I'm just like, here's a PS5. I'm sorry, your daddy just You know, so I'm really proud of Frank, man, just because we got saddled with a category that we didn't want. You know what I'm saying? And he still ended up pulling two.
You're fine, Jesse.
Straight up without the multiple choice there at the end of the category, man, which was great. He pulled his 2-pointer. You know, Frank really played a good game, but, you know, Diamond Del Rio, he came through and, like, really showed everything.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a double feature tonight.
I hope
Batman, The Long
Halloween,
and the Tomorrow War.
It'll sting.
You have to pay for
a couple
Batman
of
Long
mistakes that I made
Halloween.
in this, and
That's fine.
That's all.
It's like
all it
$20
takes
bucks.
sometimes for somebody
It's
to
like going to a movie theater.
walk away.
And it's part 1.
Was it kind of what
So?
Brad mentioned, where it's like once you get that first
Okay.
wrong answer, you kind of start second guessing yourself like the rest of the match, or
Jesse,
was it-
you're here. I don't know if you can
Yeah,
hear
MD
us or not, but you're
wasn't,
good to
question
go.
of that. I mean, that one was
now
a dumb mistake, but I felt like I was
Oh.
doing fine until I got
That was, oh
Anne
my
Hathaway.
God.
That was one of those where it's just
Oh, that was perfect.
one of those days where
That
the
was
wheels
perfect.
come up with categories and questions that it's like
You literally just went,
ranking them
oh,
at my
okay.
bottom.
My God.
I'm getting a lot of those.
That was
through.
perfect.
Okay, here's what happened.
that's the
I
only
literally
thing that
hit
I
the
don't
refresh
appreciate. I'm
button
gonna
to like
need,
boot myself
Kaiser
out so I
to
could
turn
refresh
off
the
whatever
page,
bugs
and then
you
all of a
have
sudden
in
everything
my house.
cleared up, and you're
Appreciate
you're
you
good to go. And I was
spotting
like,
me. I do
oh,
things
and then it
in real time
refreshed.
for public consumption. So, sir, I need you to go ahead and turn that off. My
too much
point is,
information, Winston.
my point is that we
Poor Winston,
genuinely
he's just
saw
like
the
crying
wheel
himself to sleep.
this morning, and we were like, the two categories we want to stay away from are probably.
He's got a
Amy
great
Adams
team,
and
though.
Anne Hathaway. So
It's just
Yeah,
he's
that's-
having a
that's
bad
what's
time.
wild.
Amy Adams or
That's
Anne
what's
Hathaway, and I
wild.
was like,
I had
Ever
swag
let out
for
the
like top
conversation
3.
that I had with Kristen the other week, I will come to your house and murder you. I will straight up.
I
kill
didn't kick him.
you. And that's not a joke. That's a promise.
No,
I'm flexible. It's called a self boot.
I hope this tape doesn't get used in court against.
It's okay. I always hit the
They
back
have-
button on my.
They have Oyama. They have
Yeah.
Ron
I guess,
Harris.
where do we
They
start?
Laura.
Who's struggling?
They have
Obviously,
Laura
Ace
who's
is
been
struggling
struggling.
this
I mean,
season.
Laura's
How do we turn
Laura's
this
got a big
around?
match coming up.
Laura has a
Play
big
less
match
than me.
coming up against your faction mate.
No, Frank, no. No, baby, no.
Ooh, rah rah.
Everybody from top to bottom has struggled.
There's
Everybody
a lot of
faces this
potential.
type
They've
of
just
match
just
where
not
it's
had the
just
best
like,
year.
it
Chandru.
doesn't
It's
go
crazy.
your
Chandru-
way.
Chandru
I've
just
watched
got
Chandru
a-
has a big match coming up.
You know, in all the
Ron,
interviews that I've done, I've watched some
Zipper.
of the greatest in this game have the exact tips.
Chandru
type
plays
of match
Mike.
where they just get
Yeah,
saddled with something
yeah.
that they don't
Yeah,
know.
Chandru just beat
Case in
Parker,
point,
right?
Dan Murrell.
Yeah,
and
and
Yeah.
That's a
plays
big
Mike
win.
for the
That's
title.
a-
That's a big
Not
win.
only is that a big
Romero.
win, that's a big win against the
Absolutely
dungeon.
Get him in. You
Yep.
know what I mean? And it's like I
Yes.
think you just take these experiences.
It's one of
you
the
learn
few
from them, and you
factions
kind
that's
of
shown that the dungeon
basically
can bleed.
figure out where your gaps are, and you study those up. You really study
A
up. on
thousand,
them.
a thousand
Fill in the
percent,
gaps.
and I think the big thing to remember is like that's the thing. Like you said with Dan Murrell, people all over this league, but like everybody on
Singles
Swag
is
has
so
had a
like
bad game this
unfathomable
season. It
because like
happens.
no matter how
The
much
thing is
knowledge
that
you
we've
have,
watched everybody
you can
grow
get hit
leaps and
wrong.
bounds as far as what
I
they've
don't
been able to
understand
do,
how people do
how they've been
it.
able
I don't
to push
understand how
themselves.
people study
So
for
even-
it. I don't
even
understand
Paul
how
Gallo,
people
who's
do
shooting,
anything for singles.
crazy good
And
against
teams.
Ethan, you know,
Because like
missed
you could
one
literally
question
make a
in that
division
fourth
out of an
match, you know what I'm
actor.
saying? Or he had a check
That's
down.
what's like I can't even wrap my
So,
head
like,
around.
do not beat
You can have a
yourself up
George
because
Clooney
the best
division
of us have
and like
bad
right
games.
questions
And
and not even have to
honestly,
go deep on them.
for what is being considered a
Oh,
bad
Chuck,
game,
I keep
you still
forgetting
do
about
well.
that.
Yeah,
I'm proud of you.
Oyama.
It just means we can
Oyama
watch
still
you.
has that.
He can pull that title shot
Okay.
whenever he wants to.
Session, guys, I appreciate that. Let me pour myself
I mean,
out
hell, he
there
could
for
use it
the-
next year if he
back up.
wants.
Now, do you want
That's
mild
what we're
barbecue
here
sauce or hot barbecue sauce?
Can you guys handle this like after the interview? All right.
No, I'm just trying to make everybody else
for the-
hungry.
Thanks for the offer, Winston.
You live on the other side of Los
Oh
Angeles.
man, I just realized having
Hey,
that
you wanna
dinner.
come down to Hollywood? I'll buy you some barbecue too.
All right.
All right.
Barbecue it is.
But,
Barbecue it
you seem to be
is.
in good spirits. I feel good about this.
According to Leo,
So,
there's no cutscene
take
at the
care,
end,
right?
so we are good to go on that end.
You know, Brad, if Winston
Well, there it is, everybody. David Del Rio walking away with the TKO, getting one extra point for the dungeon.
I
Again,
just wanna
playing
say
with a little bit of chip. Go ahead, Jesse.
He was Rio impressive, you know?
Yeah, Jesus Christ. He was.
Did you not catch what he just said?
Oh, Rio.
Rio
impressive. Yeah. Rio impressive. Yeah.
He was
I just let it go.
he was delightful.
When Billy is not here, Jesse
Yeah.
stepped in with the puns.
Yeah.
No, that is look, overall he missed just the bonus. He played incredible. Obviously,
have to
Amy
answer
Adams,
his
the strength of his. Frank Moran played great. Just struggled with the second round. He spun it. It's that deadly opponent's choice, and David Del Rio picked well. And he walks away with the TKO, man. I mean, but overall, a great match. And again, going back to what we were talking about, Swag is just struggling. They're not having fun right now, and it's a struggle to see for them. And it happens. It happens.
I love. I discovered that I know more about Anne Hathaway than I thought. So
You answered pretty well.
Open the Anne Hathaway division. Yeah, no, it's like the second it's like, and you spin Anne Hathaway, it was like 3 minutes of just and I was like, cool.
But yeah, no, I Del Rio is one of those like not untapped talents, but you still don't know a lot about him. But he's good. Like
Yeah,
he's
good.
really
He's
good.
really good.
Yeah.
I mean, when you play Chance and take him to OT, it's kind of one of those like, yeah, you ended up with the loss, but it's really kind of a resume win.
Yeah.
Well, what do we talk about all the time with this division is the people that have records that don't represent their talent or their skill level. And I think Del Rio, obviously from this match, if not his past alone, is a great representation of that. But now he's 2-3 now, right? He's approaching. He's gonna try to even it up. If he wins his next match, then he's on his way to, putting that behind him.
Yeah, if he's a singles tournament player, let's just say, let's just say they seed them by record, I would be afraid for one of the top people if he has a losing record. Like, I would not want to pull him if I'm one of the people towards the top, because he is an upset player that will take you out.
If Dan retains the singles belt, then who else on the dungeon is a possibility for a singles tournament?
So you could do. So you have Bateman.
Okay.
You have
Video Drew.
Bateman, who was in almost.
You have Bateman. You have Video Drew. Whitney Seibold.
Mm-hmm. Adam
Chris
Witt.
Van Fleet is always an option because he just played, and Adam Witt. Those are the 5, and now you have David Del Rio. So you have 6. David Del Rio to me is a lock. He's a lock. Bateman, Video Drew, and David Del Rio. It's that 4th spot between Whitney Seibold and probably Adam Witt. I would say Whitney Seibold because we haven't seen him this year.
That's awesome. Bateman got MVP, right?
Yes.
For the free for all, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
By a matter of a couple questions. I'm still going to be mad that Bibbs couldn't get like a 3rd MVP. It's malarkey.
Yeah, hey, it's gonna be fun. And for all of you watching, maybe all of you watching on the replay as well, we'll be doing shows where we're predicting tournament participants for not just singles but IG and Star Wars. So you'll see that in the coming weeks, possibly very soon. And then also for tomorrow, at the moment, we aren't doing a reaction, but it could change. It could change. We will update everybody on Twitter. If you're a part of our Discord, you'll see it on there. And then if we do end up doing one, we'll post it on Facebook as well. Just stay tuned to Twitter and even YouTube as well. You'll see the link posted if it is going to have one. And then also our Sunday show is shifted to Monday for this week at 4:00. We hope everyone has a fantastic 4th of July, but also because we are having Mr. Christian Harloff on Monday. Mr. Christian Harloff will be joining us on Monday. And at 4:00 Pacific, we'll be interviewing him, hanging out, and talking a bunch of Schmoedown with him. And yes, Brian, I did see that in the chat, what you were just alluding to. The FCL pickup, Gerald Battoglia, is also a huge option for them as well.
Yeah, he's good too.
He could be an option if someone like Whitney isn't able to make it. So, which would be very cool to see. Which would be, Dungeon has a lot of choices for sure. Well, Jesse, man, huge shout out and thank you for joining us, man. This is a lot of fun.
Thank you so much for having me.
No, dude, we're definitely going to have you back at one point, whether it's singles or Star Wars. We'd love to have you on, play along, have some fun, especially when Jill or Molly are here as well.
Star Wars got some scary overlap. I might have to keep that on the.
Yeah,
that's true.
I'm always down for some singles and teams.
We try to kind of mix stuff up as far as divisions, and like we had John Hoey play a teams match with us, which was a lot of fun. And we have some ideas from other people as well. So yeah, thank you again for joining us, man. It was a lot of fun.
Absolutely, thank you so much. I would love to. Once work slows down, I'll be way more available for these two. So
sweet,
coming up
just for you, Chuck. Just for you.
Well, again, to everyone who's been watching, thank you guys so much. Make sure you're checking out all of our information down in the description, as well as Jesse's all
Get
over
your merch.
Twitter. You can get the Quirky merch and Flick and Reel all the time for YouTube. All kinds of reviews and shows on Loki and everything like that. They do Saturday stuff as well.
Actually, what is it? Loki review, 1 hour.
There you go. There you go. He'll be doing a Loki review in just a little bit. Flick and Reel on YouTube. And make sure you guys are checking that out. He's got all kinds of cool guests on there weekly. And then, of course, all of our stuff as well. So, again, to everybody watching us for the last hour or so, thank you guys so much. Have a great Thursday evening as well as 4th of July weekend. We'll catch you guys back here on Monday.
Stay safe. Don't shoot your eye out.